Well, good morning from Charleston, Illinois. And it's early, man. It's not even quite 6 o'clock yet, but that's the best time to get out here when it's so hot. So I thought I would just do a really quick video this morning. Can't be too long because I got to get to the harvest before it gets hot. But I really wanted to show everyone what we've done, or mostly what Blair's done. So let's start at the beginning of the garden. Okay, so there's, just to orient everyone, there's the front gate or front entrance. And you can see he has finished the whole fence. And it's perfectly awesome. So let's go in. I just want to show you how big things have gotten since the last time I did a video, which was not that long ago, but wow, have things grown. So the moonflowers are climbing here. The night blooming tobacco, or the nicotiana, is getting ready to. There's all my pretty petunias. Okay, coming in here, my favorite stage of Love Lies Bleeding. It's when it starts to stoop over like that. So this is the forest of volunteer tomatoes. I actually pulled some out because they were really taken over, and I suspected that a lot of these were going to be sun gold until a little bit of research found out that sun gold is actually a hybrid, and so it's very unlikely that it's going to volunteer, or if it volunteers, it's not going to look like a sun gold, which means that what we have here are not sun golds. So I really started to look at some of these, and I'm not sure. I mean, I really don't know what they're going to turn out to be, but there are several of these plants that are pretty loaded. In fact, going over to this side, these happy little volunteers. Yeah, these are not cherries, so I don't know what we're going to get. Guess we'll see. So this really great big tall one, it's a Fahrenheit blue. I'm really happy that this one is doing well, just because I only had like 3 seeds left and they all 3 germinated. Oh, there's my beetle murderer.
Hello.
He's been out with his bucket, his beetle murder bucket this morning. How's the body count today?
It's actually slow.
Oh, damn.
I only got 4.
Shoot. Got to do better than that.
I know.
This is what this is why he goes down to the garden repeatedly during the day, so he can keep his body count high. So one thing that we did is we tore out all of the current tomato plants that were here. And, you know, it's always a shame to tear out healthy plants, but they were really in the way. And, you know, what are you going to do with a million tiny little tomatoes? So they were crowding out things that we really want to keep. They're kind of a novelty, and now things are a lot better. So, you know, live and learn. You learn every year what you want to grow and what you don't. So we've got this whole row here that's totally loaded. I know the last time I did a video, I was really searching to show you all some alpacas. But now, in fact, I'm going to go on the other side because it's unbelievable. Yeah, search no more. Look at those alpacas. They're really big. These plants here, there's like 3 of them, and they're just loaded. Then, always so happy to see this. Look at the size of that Amish paste. I mean, that's a paste tomato, and it's rivaling, you know, almost a beefsteak. It's just huge. So anyway, so this is the southernmost trellis. I'll show you just a couple of other things that have really changed. Well, how about checking out this corn? If Blair was here, he'd disappeared. My bug murderer disappeared. But anyway, they're taller than he is. So this species down here, which is just so cool, this red stalk. This is the red sweet corn, and it's the only ones that have started to put on tassels of the 3 varieties I planted. So that's really cool. And then we've got beans going here, and they're way bigger than the last time I was down here. So we can actually see, you know, we're getting beans, and in fact, that's one of the things I'm gonna do. Part of the reason that I'm gonna cut this video a little short today is I've got to get these beans harvested. Now it's getting to a daily thing. Pretty soon it'll be a twice daily thing. Yeah, we tore out the collards, and that gives the cucumbers room to grow, and they are growing pretty fast, but not as fast as these melons. Check these dudes out. 3 different kinds of melon, and they're doing really well climbing the trellis just as we wanted them to. And then again, the experimental plants, I tell ya. This is the Tamarillo. They're beautiful, they're huge. Rabbits liked them, but we put the rabbit fencing up and the rabbits are staying away. And bugs don't seem to like them, which is just awesome. They're really beautiful. I don't know what the fruit is gonna even look like. It was a total experiment, but I love how the plant looks. So, yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll grow it again next year. Harvested the garlic, so the garlic patch is just now being amended with a lot of grass. I harvested the kohlrabi, so we just have our onions. I just gave them a haircut yesterday. They're starting to get pretty big. These are a couple more volunteers that we put over here. Don't know what they are. Some of them are putting on flowers, but no fruit yet that I can see. And then we have our squash patch. Peppers, really getting big. This I'm so excited about. So this is the archway. Pretty much only one species of bean growing on this archway will eat fresh, and that's the Chinese noodle bean. The ones growing here. And the beans are like a couple feet long, and they'll hang down. It'll be very cool. The rest of these are, there's black beans on this side. One is a bush, one is a climber, and then garbanzos on that side. Sorry about the street noise. And look at our giant brown cherries. And they're really producing too. All those little lanterns down there. So pretty soon they'll start dropping. Oh, I think I got one in fact. Nope, it's not quite detached yet. And tomatillos, just huge. Excuse me. And more bell peppers over here. And these actually are a different variety. I've never been able to grow these before, and I finally cracked the pepper code. So you can see this is the Midnight Dream. Another one in there. So yeah, growing peppers from seed has been a challenge for me for quite a while, and I finally got that. And so these are the runner beans. They're going to be beautiful, and they're all up. They're already starting to bloom, and there's like 3 or 4 different kinds of runner beans in here. And then these are miscellaneous peppers. This I'm excited about. These are pimento peppers. And then shishitos over here. And a couple other pickling peppers. Very slow, these guys. So the plants look good, but I'm not seeing a lot of fruit except for on that dude right there. Hey, we tore down the last of the peas yesterday, but that we were picking peas into July is a miracle, at least around here. So let me take you on a quick tour of the tomatoes, and then we'll go look at some very cool happenings. So these are mostly green, but we did notice the other day coming through here. Let's see if I can find it. Oh yeah, here we go. We got a blusher right there. There's this one very cool variety. Here's another one. This is the variety just by accident. I never only grow one variety of one plant. It's just not something I ever do, but the only one that survived of this one, which is a Black Prince, is this plant right here. And what a producer. I mean, it's every single branch, all the flowers produced. It's just amazing. So depending on how it tastes, this is probably one that we're going to add to our regular grow schedule. But yeah, you can see they're all just so many tomatoes, and several that are starting to blush. So in another week or two, the canning begins. Yeah, they're totally loaded. Potatoes, just really keeping an eye on these. Growing potatoes in this heat is tricky, so we're watching. And when the foliage all dies back, then we'll start digging them up to see what we got, and I hope it's a success. Okay, so here's the beans. We tore all the peas out, so the beans are finally getting a chance to catch up. So they're a little behind, although some of them, you wouldn't know that by looking at them. They're just huge. So there's like 6 varieties. And so they're coming along. They haven't set fruit yet. These are the things that those stupid Japanese beetles just love. I mean, you can see the damage that they do. And look at that. But that's why Blair is down here several times a day with his murder bucket. Look at that. And I think we're actually getting out ahead of them. So we first started doing the hand picking, we were getting a lot, but not quite so much anymore. So I think that between the hand picking and the pheromone traps, I think we've kind of gotten ahead of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, take a look at that, how full that trap is down there.
Oh yeah, this is so gross, but you have to see gross things. And we keep it far enough away from the garden. The whole idea is that it's going to lure them, but you can kind of see that pheromone trap over there. I'll go in a little bit. Yeah, it's bulging at the bottom. It's full of those disgusting Japanese beetles. And, you know,
Well, and that trap, I replaced the bag 3 days ago.
yeah. So yeah, I mean the controversy.
warfare, yeah.
The controversy behind using pheromone traps is that you supposedly attract everyone else's bugs to your
Yeah.
garden, and there's probably some truth to that, but you also pull them away from your own. And funny that some of the traps that we've had out, we think it's possums that have gotten into them and tore them out and had themselves a great meal. So there's a good reason to not kill possums, because they do their job. So I just want to show you, this is the last thing I want to show you before I have to sign off and get to harvesting. But so this is the celery. This whole row is actually really cool, but I blanched the celery. You can see it's got this tied around it, some of them. So I'm going to blanch a couple more, and probably by the end of the week I'll be able to harvest those ones that I blanched, and that should improve their flavor. These are okra, and oh my god, every day. Did you see how huge these okra
I
are?
haven't been down there yet.
Oh my god, every day. They must grow a couple inches a day. And I've never grown okra, so I didn't know really what to expect with these plants, but they're really huge, and some of them are starting to put on some little okra pods. You can see right here. So you got to watch them constantly. But here's the thing I'm the most excited about in the garden these days is, so I planted these 4 artichokes, started them from seed, really with the expectation that we wouldn't get any at all. Well, at least not for the first year. Hello, artichoke. Right there.
Grown since yesterday.
I know, it's getting really big. These 2 don't seem to have any, but this overachiever has 3. There, there, and there. So we're going to be eating artichokes this year from our own garden, which is so very exciting. Okay, so we're going to get to the harvest, because that's what we do here in
We're farmers now.
Farmerland. So probably update you in another week or so when the tomatoes start coming in, but we love you, miss you. I'm getting photobombed. Hopefully talk to everybody soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.